All right. First of all, Merry Christmas to everybody back home. I know it's past midnight, and I appreciate whoever stayed up to watch it. Man, a heck of a game. Really, really back and forth the entire game. I thought the first half we did some really, really good things offensively. Bryce was really efficient. Took care of the football. We're able to convert on third down. Just didn't get many opportunities. I thought defensively we gave up a lot in the air, but didn't break at certain points when it counted. And you felt like you were playing pretty good ball at half, and then in the third quarter, I thought offensively, really both third and fourth quarter, offensively just couldn't get in a rhythm, couldn't pick up the first down. There were some negatives, there were some penalties. It just didn't. The momentum didn't carry over into the second half. I felt really good leaving halftime, knowing we were getting the ball. I thought if we could put a drive together, we had a chance to go kind of put it away, and we certainly didn't do that. Quite the opposite. And there was 4 drives in a row there where defensively we gave up points and offensively we didn't do anything. That was the story of the second half. Special teams were huge. Obviously, the return was huge. Teron Keith did a great job, that whole unit. The scheme was good, and I thought we needed it, especially at that time. And that's where I felt like the momentum would kind of carry it. And then you get to the end of the game, huge defensive stop. Went back and forth on when to use the 2 timeouts. Glad it worked out the way it did. We're able to get the ball. We're able to put together a quick 2-minute drive to set up a field goal. Tried to end it with the throw to Keyshawn. Obviously out of bounds there. And there you have it. You go into overtime, and then you got to just keep swinging, keep playing the next play. At the end of the day, really proud of this group. I thought San Jose State was a really, really good football team. They played their best ball against the best teams on their schedule. Really well coached. I have so much respect for Coach Ken, really that whole staff. Man, it's a really good offensive football team. It's a really good defensive football team. It's a really well-coached team that plays really hard. So to be able to go keep swinging there and finish the week the way we did, I was really proud of our guys, really proud of our seniors. Really proud of really the entire group. I thought so many guys contributed today. It's a really good way to finish the season. Season that was filled with so many ups and downs, and really some momentum going into this offseason. So I'll open it up to questions.
Coach, how would you describe your emotions after a game like this? What was that locker room like, and what did this mean to everyone to be part of something like this?
I think obviously really composed during those overtimes. I felt like as a team we were composed. Thought the coaches did a really good job back and forth of having the next plan, the next situation. And then after the game, man, it's kind of cool when you can end a bowl game like that, because you got time on the field, families on the field. We had a really good contingency that traveled. Super grateful to everybody that did travel. Super grateful to our administration for allowing so many people to travel with us, our band, our cheerleaders, our mascots, everybody. Super cool. So shout out to MK and allowing so many people to enjoy this experience. And everybody was on that field after the game.
You went 5 overtimes. It was almost a game in itself. Did you think this would ever end? How did you grapple with the back and forth of that, with all the things that happened, not only in the game, but those 5 overtimes?
Joey, I tried to end it so many different times. You watched the game from up there. I tried to end it at the end of regulation, tried to end it 5 different times in overtime. At some point, we got to our third 2-point play, which is why we carry them. Then we were working on 4. But yeah, tried to end it. Just knew you had to just keep swinging. You've known me well enough to know all we ever talk about is just playing the next play, and that's the ultimate sign of just play the next play.
So to get into this situation 5 overtimes, you needed John Cannon to make the field goal, and he kissed it off the right upright. What was that like to see it do that and then fall out?
Yeah, full disclosure, Joey, I didn't see it. So I heard it, but I didn't see it, so I'll see it on film. But obviously huge for John. Um, man, it's a couple huge ones there by him. Really proud of him.
In setting him up, you had to make the decision to punt, and Stokes unleashed a 72-yard punt to flip the field. I mean, what about your decision to do that punt, and then what Stokes did to kind of set you up to win the game? Really?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I took the timeout with the thought of going for it, and then really kind of thought about it, and really wanted to punt it out of bounds to be able to save the 2-minute warning as a timeout. And he tried to punt it out of bounds. He'll tell you he mishit it a little bit, which, man, it all kind of turned out to work out. But it's the right decision to punt it. I just was so nervous not to get it back. And, man, what a huge shout-out to our defense to step up there. You know, we used the timeouts early knowing we needed every bit of clock we can have, and huge stop, and then a huge setup of a punt return by Sean. Great job by the offense, you know, working the 2-minute drill to set it up, took the shot there to Keyshawn at the end, tried to end it. But, yeah, that was a big boy coaching decision that I went back and forth on quite a few times.
And one more thing for me, if I could, you talk about complex plays. Bryce Archer did that all night. He got knocked out of the game, had to come back. He had his ups and downs, but he hung in there. Just speak about his persistence and him gritting this out and pulling you guys through this.
Yeah, you know, he didn't get knocked out. He got his helmet ripped off and had a bloody nose, so he had to come out. Bryce is tough, man. You know, and Bryce didn't know if he was gonna get the start. We really didn't know until right before the game. Told Bryce all week. Told Bryce last night, just keep preparing like the starter. Keep preparing like the starter. Bryce loves ball. Bryce is a really tough ball player. You know, that was whatever his 6th or 7th college game. He's going to keep growing. He's going to keep getting better. I think he believes in himself, and his teammates believe in him. Obviously, did a really good job today of taking care of the football and getting it to the right guys. And it wasn't always perfect, but it was at the end.
Right, we can open it up to
Joey, I got you. You stayed up, man. Appreciate you.
I did. I'm in my pajamas.
Okay.
What led you to go with Bryce? I mean, we saw Byron suited up, healthy enough to go, but what led you to go with Bryce and stick with him? He struggled briefly.
Yeah. You know what? Byram tried. He all the way through warm-ups. You know, as much of a game-time decision as I've ever had in my career. He tried, and truly a pain tolerance deal for him where he knows he needs his legs to go. He continues to try to fight back. Took a bunch of reps here over the last 2 weeks and tried to come back. You know, and he knew, man, whether you go or not, you're going to be either the starter or the backup. And give him a lot of credit. He went in, didn't flinch when he had to go, and then went in there on the 2-point play, and was ready to go the entire game. He's really been ready to go the entire bowl prep. Just didn't feel right. He, you know, rolling out in pregame, still a bunch of pain. Didn't feel like he could push off, and so there was no point in forcing it or risking it, where we felt like Bryce gave us every opportunity to go in, and both unselfish dudes. I'll say that.
And just as a quick follow-up, do you believe bowl games stand on their own merit? Can this be a launch point to 2025? Can you carry this momentum over?
Yeah, I think anytime you have success, especially on a national stage, it's it's big. You know, people talked about the bowl game a year ago for a while. You know, especially in our state, being able to do it in Florida. Um, Obviously, this is a little bit different. You're in your jammies right now, welcoming Santa, watching it. It's a little bit different, just the stage it's on. But you're on a national stage playing a really good football team. I think it can certainly help you in recruiting, certainly help you momentum-wise, carrying it over into the offseason. It's always good to end on a positive note, but it's also a really good close to a really up and down season. A season full of, man, talk about ups and downs. We ended the season about as bad as you can end it. To be able to regroup and come back and finish, that's the consistency we have to find as a program, and we will. Merry Christmas, Joe. Appreciate you, buddy.
Hey, Coach. Can you hear me?
I can, yes, sir.
I just want to start. Merry Christmas first of all. Going into the game, like Coach said, Byron was suited up, last minute, didn't know who was going to play. Byron comes in after Bryce gets knocked out for that one play, and then later in overtime, comes in, lines up a quarterback, switches over to wide receiver. There's been a lot of just confusion on the way that situation has been unfolding over this time. I want your perspective on when is that decision being made, and how do you communicate that to the fans in a way that can be better received? Because I think there's just a lot of confusion among fans.
Yeah, and I say this super humbly with all due respect. I think the confusion comes from you at making it a thing where I've sat up here and have been completely honest with you. Been honest with you when he's practiced, been honest with you when he's available. It's a young man that broke a bone in his leg and has fought like crazy to come back. And he's fought like crazy. He's rehabbed 5-6 hours a day. He's continued to come in every day and prepare like the starter. Comes in and watches more film than anybody in our program. Continues to lead. Continues to work his tail off. And just because on Twitter somebody doesn't think that man, I'm being transparent on his injury. Until the league makes us release some sort of list that says, man, this guy's available on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, why would I give anybody an advantage to know when somebody's available or they're not? Everybody in the country would tell you the same exact thing. He continues to practice, he continues to prepare, he continues to work his tail off. It's a young man that broke his leg. So the transparency has been that he's practiced, and we have not pushed him any further past to where he can be pushed. Like, it's a young man. If it was your son, you would want the same exact transparency, just like I would if it was my son. And his parents trust me with making sure that the information is his information. So I don't really care that you or anybody on Twitter is unhappy with the disclosure of his injury. And until the league makes us do it, or my bosses make me do it, I'm going to keep telling you the truth, which is he's practiced. He's gone through warm-ups the last 3 weeks. He's tried to come back. He's prepared like the starter. And if that's not good enough for you, God bless you, man. I'm just sick of being asked the same thing over and over again, and I'm telling you the truth, and just because you're not happy with it doesn't make it right. So you keep asking, and I'll keep telling you the exact same thing, which is the kid is fighting his ass off to get back and be our quarterback. Leo, can you ask that question again? I'm sorry.
Talked about the defense defending but not breaking. You get that turnover on the goal line, which was huge, and then force them to kick 2 field goals where you're scoring touchdowns, which basically get you into overtime eventually. How impressed are
Yeah, really impressed. I think schematically, you obviously saw we had to change going into this one. The obviously the time to prepare was really helpful. That's a unique scheme. It's a really good, skilled group. Even with Nash being out, we were really concerned about really that whole receiver group. Thought Lockhart is as special of a player as they come. So we had to change. You saw we did some different things personnel-wise. We stayed in odd virtually the whole time, and we knew we'd give up some runs, but with the sacrifice of not giving up the explosive passes. And we knew we had to win on the outside, and you were going to win some 50-50s, and you weren't going to win some 50-50s. That's where the bend and don't break comes. I thought when we had to pressure, we pressured. I wish we got a little bit more pressure on the Q, and the few times he scrambled, I wish we were able to contain it. But came up huge at times when we had to, and we kind of knew it was going to be a game like that. I just thought we would have to score more than we did, and obviously we scored just the right amount.
Coach, my last question, thank you for your time and safe trip home. When you get to overtime 3, 4, and 5, do you have a hot list in front of you on what you want to run, or are you basically looking at what you feel is going to work?
Yeah, a couple of years ago, this would have been 2020. This was when I was down the road. We played Memphis at Memphis and got into a situation where we ended up running. They ran 6 2-point plays. We ran 5, and just the way the game played out. And I've always carried 2. It was really the first time where I started to carry a third with the ability to carry a fourth. And you kind of use them as your 3rd and 4th down plays inside the 5. So I'm glad we started that 4 years ago, where we had a 3, we had a 4 that we were going to go to if we had to. So we were prepared there. When they changed the overtime rule, you kind of had to make sure you were carrying at least a 3rd and a 4th to be ready for this situation. So I'm glad we were. And we literally just went down the list as we talked about in our game plan checklist meetings. Thank you. That's it. All right, appreciate you guys. God bless. Merry Christmas. Go Bulls.
Oh, man. I wouldn't even say it was draining. The only mindset was go out and win that rep. Just win that rep. We do situational things in practice all the time, so only thing was on our mind was just go out and win the rep. That was it.
A couple of big blocks there. Were you just getting your eyes on him and trying to time him? Because one time you almost brought the damn thing.
Just playing hard, honestly. Just playing hard, executing the things that we're supposed to execute. Had a few one-on-ones on the running back and just tried to win those. But yeah, just playing hard, really trying to, just do my job and make the play so we can get off the field.
How important is it to win that bowl game?
It's really important. I've been saying it. Coach has been saying it. It's deeper than a trophy. It's deeper than a bowl game ring. As fun as the trip was, and as much as we enjoyed Hawaii, it's deeper than the trip. It's a program thing. It's a cultural thing. A lot more time to build a locker room and get the young guys to understand. And we even had early enrollees come in and see how we roll. So just to get them started on it and see what it's like to be a South Florida Bull early on. So that way when we get back, I think January 12th maybe, get back January 12th, and everybody understands the assignment and we're ready to roll.
Nice Christmas gift, isn't it?
Oh, great Christmas gift. I thank God. Great Christmas gift.
Safe trip home. Congrats.
Merry Christmas to you. Thank you. That's it.
All right, I know you planned on kicking it off for your past here just to give people a thrill. What was going through your mind as it was heading that way?
I knew that ball was going to come back because I think, Coach always touches on it with your process, and I think, the preparation that we've put in and that I've put in through the past 4 years of this program, it's really all led to this moment, and just so grateful to be here, and all glory to God.
Tougher one, the one getting you into overtime or the one taking it to the 4th overtime?
Honestly, they're about the same. Every kick's the same when it comes down to it because, we've repped 37-yard field goals in practice daily. So at the end of the day, it's just the same kick.
Last question, and thank you for your time. Through what you plan, when you get to the huddle, you got your snapper, you got your holder. What's your routine?
I go back, take a couple breaths, talk to Ryan Bolduck, the best holder in the country, and Garrett Cates, the best snapper in the country. And when you have those two guys on your operation, it makes your life a whole lot easier. And just talking to those guys, Ryan really likes to keep it loose when I'm back there, so we just have a nice little conversation. I tell him that I'm going to put it down the middle, and then that's how it goes.
My last question. You guys are in the record book now. It's the longest overtime in bowl history. USF's in the record book. How nice is that?
That's a great Christmas present.
Take your home, John.
Thank you very much.